So apparently Christianity is turning into a big giant joke among some crowds who we don't want to turn this basically into Miss Cleo's Get Your Psychic Reading and all that kind of stuff. Please, if you do enjoy this content, if you do enjoy these news updates, please hit the like and subscribe button, leave a comment if you would too, because it does greatly motivate me and lets me know that, hey, this is something that people actually, are just curious about. But anyways, let's just go ahead and jump into the article. So today's article comes from the Christian Post, and the headline reads, Prophecy for Sale. Prophets mimic psychics, charging up to $555 per phone call. So hopefully all real Christians, this is straight garbage. This is straight garbage and a mockery of God. On top of that, sadly, there are people that are deceived because there's people who want to get their ears tickled. They turn to strange doctrine, they turn to strange things, and they turn to this because people who are uninformed may see God to this and go, oh, that's not like a psychic thing or something like that. This is just some trickery. This is disgraceful. Let's just go ahead and read into it. So the article starts off, and look at... I mean, can you take anybody like this seriously? I mean, look at this picture. Look at this guy. Even this guy over here is like looking kind of crazy. Look at these outfits. Look at Passion Java speaks at the California Apocalypse of the Eyes Conference, May 12th, 2023. Okay, so some 2,700 years ago, the Prophet Micah warned that, quote, prophets tell fortunes for money. That comes from Micah 3:11 from the NIV. The business of prophecy selling continues in 2024. So I don't even know how to say this thing. I shouldn't laugh because this is not funny. This is sad, but it's just so ridiculous. So Panganai, I'm not even going to pronounce it. Java, the flamboyant Zimbabwe-born but Maryland-based preacher, better known as the Prophet Passion Java. You cannot be serious. Who is falling for this junk? Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Prophet Passion Java finances his lavish lifestyle by preaching the prosperity gospel and charging his followers $555 a phone call.
Straight cash, homie.
Passion Java is, I can't say that name seriously. Passion Java is known for wearing expensive designer clothing and driving high-performance sports cars while attracting scrutiny from Profits and Watches, which is an Instagram account that has 7.9 million followers. If you're not familiar with Profits and Watches, it's basically another version of preachers and sneakers just calling out people wearing expensive stuff. Anyways, continuing on, it says on his website, Passion Java promotes a one-on-one phone call for $555 and discloses there are no refunds. Testimonials on the website sound similar to ads for psychics. And here's some quotes. I had one with Papa... This has to be a joke. I had one with Papa Prophet Passion in August. He prophesied that within 6 months you will have your visa. My visa has been approved by Canadian authorities. According to the so-called prophet's website, there is a long wait to receive a call from Passion Java. Please be advised that after registering, one-on-ones are based on the prophet's schedule. The average waiting time is 5 to 6 weeks, but can fluctuate. Thank you for waiting in a timely manner as we are experiencing high volumes of registers. That or Passion Java is just on a vacation.
I'm gonna get me a town.
If Passion Java makes 4 calls a week, he will generate over $100,000 in 1 year from phone calls. Passion Java also gives prophetic messages during his sermons. And in a January 1st video, he prophesied that he will acquire a private jet in 2024. Preachers Bernard Jordan and Manasseh Jordan also profit from the prophecy business. Bernard Jordan's Zoe Ministries offer personal prophecies for $52. Oh, so that's a little bit less there than Passion Java's. Meanwhile, Manasseh Jordan offers access to a live prophetic phone call with the prophet to members of his Diamond Partner program. Oh.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
These donors give $500 monthly to Manasseh Jordan Ministries. Let's just go ahead and click on this link. Let's see what it brings up. Special message from Prophet Manasseh. Look at That is one of the cockiest looks I have ever seen. Please check one of the boxes below and partner with us in touching lives. Silver, I am committing $30 a month or more. That's $1 a day to become a silver partner member. What do we get for being silver here? It says by committing, you will receive a free subscription to Prophet Manasseh's teachings on the prophetic anointing. Oh, yes, because we need classes on that. Daily prophetic and inspirational devotionals through emails. Oh, so personal. Constant monthly video updates on the ministry progression. Priority seating at the Prophet Manasseh events. Ooh, yeah, baby. Priority seating, because that's so not biblical. And free access to Prophet Manasseh's manuscripts. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to read the rest of these. This is so crazy. Let's just go ahead and read the diamond level. Here, I'm committing $500 a month or more to become a diamond partner to help the Prophet Manasseh spread the gospel. By committing, you will receive a free subscription to the Prophet Manasseh teachings on prophetic anointing, daily, Yeah, same stuff as before. Free access, here's a difference here. Free access to the Prophet Manasseh's monthly prophecy conference call. Advise the prophet will be in prayer as he seeks the Lord for, not even capitalizing Lord right here, shame on them, for a prophetic word for your life. No, meaning he'll be on vacation with your money. Access to live prophetic phone calls with the prophet and access to all of the ministry products for free. That's not free. It's $500 a month. These idiots. Let's go back to the article. So in 2019, Manasseh Jordan lost a lawsuit in which he was accused of illegally robocalling people for donations. The Cook County Record reported that Manasseh Jordan Ministries placed more than 163 million automatic calls to a database of more than 4 million unique cell phone numbers in just 2 years. Wow. Most of the prophets and prophetesses offering prophecies by phone are relatively unknown religious leaders. Besides leading drama productions, Prophet Kyle Miller provides a 15-minute phone call for $42 and 30-minute calls for $80. Ooh, you get a little discount there. Naaman Collins promotes himself as a quote, cutting-edge prophet called to the nations of the world. Collins charges $50 for a prophetic. Oh my gosh, who does this? Prophetesses also offer prophecies for a price. The prophetess Yasmin, yeah, there you go. Yasmin Best's website, Prophets on Call, claims, quote, we deliver authentic and accurate insight for every situation from the mind of God directly to your ears. Prophets on Call charges $78.50 for a 15-minute phone call. The nonprofit organization takes in less than $50,000 annually. The nonprofit ministry is led by the Prophetess Bess, who also runs a similarly named Prophets on Call limited liability company. The prophetic phone call business mimics the psychic reading business. In the early 1990s, Psychic Friends Network generated more revenue than America's most popular televangelist by airing infomercials advertising for readings for $3.99 a minute. Y'all remember those Miss Cleo commercials back in the day, for y'all who are old enough to know that? Oh my gosh. Call me now for your free reading. It's the most successful infomercial of all time, said Jack Schimber, publisher of Response TV magazine that tracks the direct response television industry, with an interview with the New York Times about the Psychic Friends Network. Whatever happened to Miss Cleo now? I'm just curious. Let's go ahead and look that up. 2006, she came out a lesbian. She had cancer. The cancer metastasized, and she died under hospice care in Palm Beach, Florida on July 26, 2016 at the age of 53. The article continues on and says, in his autobiography, Psychic Blues, Confessions of a Confused Medium, author Mark Edwards, a former Psychic Friends Network employee, tells the story of receiving a phone call from a man named Rex seeking information about his relationship. Edwards candidly wrote, I opted to disengage and dug into my imagination. Instead of telling Rex what he needed to know, I caved in and told him what he wanted to know. In the same way, false prophets rely on their imagination. They go on to quote Jeremiah 23:21, where it says, I did not send these prophets, yet they have run with their message. I did not speak to them, yet they have prophesied. And isn't that true still today? So much. And it's not just these crazies doing it. There are people out there that actually dress normal, but for some reason still go on today calling themselves prophets. When they make a false prophecy, they go back, well, this doesn't make me a false prophet. And yes, I'm looking at you, Chris Balaton or Valator, or whatever your name is from Bethel. I mean, why? Why are we still believing these people who have consistently told lies throughout their career, throughout their life? I mean, when you claim to be a prophet, you are claiming that you are receiving a word from God. And when you get that word, you speak it out. And if that word doesn't come to pass, if that word doesn't come true, that means you never heard from God, because God is not a liar. But I tell you who is a liar, all these false prophets out there. And yes, I'm using the word false prophets. I know it gets thrown around a lot today, but that's exactly what these people are. When they tell a quote unquote prophecy, but that prophecy doesn't come to happen. Just look at the general elections, the last time around. All these people in the charismatic world claiming that Trump was going to be president, prophesying that Trump was going to be president. And then when he doesn't become president, people just go on and say, oh, well, he just got it wrong, and doesn't make him a false. No, it makes him a false prophet. It makes all of them a false prophet. But yet so many people want to dig their heads in the sand and go, oh, well, it can't be that bad. They make good music, or whatever the case may be. And yes, I'm still ranting on about Bethel because that's the one that everybody wants to defend for some reason. Goes on to say the Bible teaches that prophets are limited in the way they can prophesy. The prophet Micah told the King Jehoshaphat, as surely as the Lord lives, I can tell him only what the Lord tells me. That comes from 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 14 out of the NIV. This article was originally published at Trinity Foundation. Anyways, I read this title and I just thought it was so ridiculous. And I honestly went into this before even reading it. So normally I like to read the article first before I jump into it. But this was so ridiculous that I just let's just go with it. And it was just as ridiculous as I sound. But what's even sadder, and it goes back to what I said earlier, these people are out here deceiving people. Yes, they are taking advantage of people. Yes. But the people that are listening, the people that are taking this in, the people that are feeding this into their lives are people who want to hear these things. They don't want to hear from God. They don't want to truly hear from God, because if they did want to hear from God, then they would open up their Bible. They attend a good local church that actually follows the Bible. But instead, they'd rather get their ears tickled. And they're getting exactly what they want, because these men are out there tickling ears and profiting off their lies. Anyways, with all that being said, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you do enjoy this content. It helps out a ton. And I will talk to y'all on the next one.